Hello all, welcome to today's session of PowerShell operators. In this session, we will learn about operators, arithmetic operators, and their preferences. PowerShell have rich set of operators to manipulate variables. They are the building blocks of the Windows PowerShell. They are the character or character set which can be used in commands or expression. It instructs the compiler or interpreter to perform specific operations and produce the results. So overall, operators calculate numeric values, they compare values, they can also manipulate strings. We have five major operators. First one is arithmetic operators, second is assignment operators, third we have a comparison operator, fourth is a logical operators, and finally unary operators. Additionally, we have redirectional operators, split and join operators, type operators, grouping operators, sub-expression operator, call operators, cast operator, comma operator, dot sourcing or member access operator, index operator, pipeline operators, and range operators. In this session, we will only focus on arithmetic operators. Rest will be covered in another session. Okay, so moving ahead with arithmetic operators. These operators are used to perform the mathematical calculations. They also evaluate the expression from left to right hand side. We have different kind of arithmetic operators. The first one is plus or addition operator. Second is a subtraction operator or minus operator. It is also called as negation operator. Third one is called as a multiplication operator. The fourth one is a division operator, and finally the modulus operator. Plus and multiplication, addition and multiplication operators also have some additional functionality like string concatenation, or they are used to multiply the values of arrays or string for a number of times. Before we see some additional operator as well in this segment of arithmetic operator, let's understand that operators works with either one value or two values. So when they works with one value, they are termed as a unary operator. When they works with two values, the left value is called as left operand, and the right one is called as a right operand. In this also, we need to understand that the data type preference is given to the first left operand only. So for example, you are using a addition operator and on the left hand side you have an integer value. On the right hand side you have a string value. So when the expression is evaluated, the preference is given to the integer value. So what PowerShell try to assume that the right hand side should be integer or it should be converted to integer. So when we try to add integer with a string can't be converted back to integer until unless they are the numeric value in double quotes or single quotes. So that's the point we need to understand here. Now, in arithmetic operators, we have some additional operator as well. We call them as a bitwise arithmetic operators. They works with binary data of integer value. So they are below operators like hyphen B A and D. This is called as a bitwise AND operator. Hyphen B not. This is called as a bitwise NOT operator. Hyphen BOR, that is bitwise OR operator. Hyphen BXOR, that is bitwise XOR operator. We also have some shifting operators as -CHL as a shift bit left operator, -SHR as shift bit right operator. We will see all the details of these operators in coming sessions. Let's jump in some practical aspect of arithmetic operators. So here we will create two variables as $a equals to 23 and $v as 5. So we will go through all those operators which comes under the arithmetic operators. And the first one is the addition operator. So the addition operator, we have a plus symbol, so we have to use the plus symbol to add two variables. So here we are adding $a and then $v using plus or addition operator. If you enter, you will get the result as 28 here. Second, we have the negation operator or the subtraction operator. So this subtraction operator or minus operator subtracts the right hand operand value from the left hand operand value. So we will type as $a, then subtraction operator and then $b. Press enter. So it will subtract 5 from 23. So the result is 18. Now we are going with the multiplication operator. So the example goes like this: $a into $b. So this will multiply 23 into 5. So the result is 115. Next one is the division operator. It will divide 23 by 5. So $a division operator $b. Press enter, will get 4.6. And finally we have the modulus operator, which will extract the remainder of the division operation. So $a modulus operator $b. So if you divide 23 by 5, you will get 3. So the remainder is 3. So our next topic in this arithmetic operator is arithmetic logical operator. So here we are going to see the example. So for examples, we are defining two variables. The first variable is $a equals to 2 and the second variable $b equals to 5. Parallelly, we will also take few more variables which will denote the binary representation of above two variables. So these variables are just for the denotation purpose. They are not going to be used in the further examples. So the binary of A is 0010 and the binary of B is 0101. So coming to the our first arithmetic logical operator, that is -BAND. So that is also called as bitwise AND operator. This operator will follow the logical AND rule, where if both are ones, then resultant will be 1. So in this example, we are giving as $a -BAND bitwise AND operator and then $b. So it will try to follow the AND logical AND operation and it will give you the results. So if you see the examples, the binary representation, so there is no combination where both are ones, so the resultant will be 0. The second logical arithmetic operator is -BOR, which is also called as bitwise OR operator. So this particular operator follows the rule of binary OR. So where if any value is 1, then the resultant will be 1. So if you take the example binary of A and binary of V, and if you try to apply the BOR operator, so resultant will be 0111, and if you convert that particular binary number to decimal value, it will become 7. Our third arithmetic logical operator is hyphen B naught, which is also called as bitwise not operator. It is also called as a complement operator, and it is a type of unary operator. So the example goes like this: hyphen B naught dollar $B. So it will try to change the every bit from zeros to 1 and ones to 0. It performs the logical negation of each bit. Bit that are 0 becomes 1 and those are 1 becomes 0. Here bitwise complement is equals to the 2's complement of the value minus 1. So 2's complement of $B and minus 1. So 2's complement of $B is minus 5, and if you add minus 1, then the resultant will be minus 6. Our fourth bitwise logical operator is the hyphen XOR, that is also called as a bitwise XOR operator. So in this case, the result is 0 if both are 1 or 0. Considering the same representation of $A and $B, if you see, there is no possible combination of ones in binary of A and binary of V, but we have a possible combination of 0 0 on both. So the resultant will be 0 1 1 1, and if you convert that particular binary number to decimal value, it will become 7. Our next operator is uh, SHL hyphen SHL, which is also called as a shift left operator. So what happens in this case is that this is going to shift the binary representation to the left hand side. Whatever values are left behind blank as a blank, those are replaced with the 0 values. So as per the example, we are going with the $A variable, where example goes like this: $A hyphen SHL 2. So the right hand side value indicates the number of times the bits is going to shift. So if you're considering the $A binary representation of $A, which is 0010, so if you try to shift left once, it will become 0100. If you try to shift one more time, it will become 1000, and if you convert into the decimal value of this binary representation, so the result will be number 8. Our next operator is hyphen SHR, which is also called as shift right operator. So this will actually shift all the bits of the binary representation to right hand side, and whatever spaces are created, blank spaces are created, those are replaced by the 0. So as per the example, $A hyphen SHR2, so it will try to shift the binary representation of number 2 to the right hand side twice. So the first shift will result as 0001, second will result as 0000. So our final result is in decimal is 0. Coming to our last topic of this session, we saw that addition operator and multiplication operator do the arithmetic operations. However, these operators can also be used for some additional manipulations. So now coming to the addition use of additional operator, before going ahead, we need to understand that resultant data type of any expression with operator is defined by the left hand operand. That means if left is integer, then result will be integer type, and right hand operand need to be converted with the same data type. Our first additional use of plus operator is string concatenation. So let's see some examples. In our first example, we are trying to add the two strings value. Anything in double or single quote is referred as a string. So adding hello string with world string will result in a string concatenation, and final result will be as hello world. Now see some more behavior of string value when they are combined with another data type. In this example, we are trying to add number 11 with this string hello. As left operand data is of integer type, the right hand has to be numeric or converted to be numeric. However, hello can't be converted and hence the error is thrown as can't convert hello to the type system in 32. Now, we will also make the 11 as a string. So we'll keep the 11 in double quotes so it can be referred as a string and see the result. As now both are a string, so they are concatenated. Next, let's try to add number 11 with the string value 12. So here, number 12 is in double quotes, so it is a string type. In this left hand operand value is integer and right one as a string. However, string 12 can be converted into integer and hence addition of the two numbers are performed and the final result is 23. Apart from string concatenation, the addition operator can also be used to add two arrays. Here we are trying to add arrays 1, 2, 3 with array 4, 5, 6. Array 4, 5, 6 added to the first array. Let's see what happens if we add any integer or a string to arrays. As arrays accept different data type, so no errors are thrown. So here in this examples, we are trying to add number 16 with the array 1, 2, 3. As array can accept any data type, so it can accept 16 as well. In the second example, we are trying to add hello string with array 1, 2, 3. So here also we can add a string data type to array. Now let's try to reverse the problem here. Instead of adding hello string to array 1, 2, 3, we will try to add array 1, 2, 3 with the hello string. So here if you press enter, you will get the result as hello 1, 2, 3. In this example, the array can be converted to string data type. Now let's see if we can add arrays to any integer value. Keeping the right hand side logic here, data type of right hand should match with the left hand. But in this example, number 19 is an integer type, but array 1 to 3 can't be converted to integer. So we are getting the error as method invocation failed because system object does not contain a method name op addition. We can also use the addition operator with the hash table. So in case of hash table only accept hash table data type. So if you try to add any other data with hash table, it will not allow. Let's try to add two hash table first. So in this example, we are trying to add hash table a equals to 1, b equals to 2, c equals to 3 with hash table d equals to 4 equals to 5. As both data types are of hash table, there is no problem in addition. So both hash table gets added and become a one single hash table. Now let's try to add array with hash table. So here in this example, we are trying to add hash table a equals to 1, b equals to 2, c equals to 3 with array 4, 5. So it's through error as a hash table can only be added to another hash table. Now let's see some additional use of multiplication operator. In previous examples, we saw in arithmetic operation, multiplication can be used to multiply two numeric values. But we also have some additional use of multiplication operator apart from the multiplication. If you want to display or if you want to store any variables value for a multiple number of times, so here we can use the multiplication operator. Let's see with some example here. We are trying to multiply string high with numeric value 3. So if you press enter, it will print the high 3 times. Let's try to reverse this situation here. Let's try to multiply 3 with string value high. But here if you see, we get the error because it can't convert high string to the integer value, because our left hand operand's data type is of integer, and this string can be converted to integer. Now let's try to multiply array with any numeric value. So here we are taking array as 1 to 3 and we are trying to multiply with number 10. So it will print the array's value 10 times. But if you try the same method or same multiplication operation with hash table, it is not going to accept and it will throw you the error as method invocation failed, because this hash table does not contain a method name as op multiply. In next example, we are trying to multiply a hash table with array. Here also, we are getting the same error. Okay, so that's finishes for today. Hopefully, you enjoyed this session and got new things to learn. So definitely check out the rest of the series as you go along and leave me comment about the video. And also, you can subscribe this channel. Thanks for watching.